exactly how big this tornado was, but at least when I look at the footage and I look at some of the pictures and look at some of the damage, I mean, seeing the bark stripped off trees, that's usually an indication it's EF3 or EF4 status, which once you get up to about an EF4, you're starting to level everything.
Fortunately, people did get some warning. I know that you and Brian Davis, our weather team, were both on the air before the tornado hit Joplin, but if it was an EF4, there's a point where people can only do so much, and if they don't have a basement, it's very difficult to escape injury.
Well, the good thing on this tornado is something that we saw back like May 4th, 2003. Those tornadoes were moving at 60 to 65 miles per hour. This one today was moving at about 20. So it was, even though it dropped on the west side of Joplin, we were able to give warning out because it was moving so slow, even though it was a big tornado, and I'm sure we're going to have some fatalities coming out, which is not good, but hopefully enough people got some warning.
All right, if you can stick around for a minute, we're going to be joined by Aaron Thompson, who is one of our photographers. And Aaron, you were out, you were shooting the video, just got back a short time ago. I haven't seen this video. I know that you just put it together. We're going to air some of this, and you can tell us a little bit about where you were. Wow, there's a big fire. Where was this shot?
This is a little bit east of 20th Street on 22nd. Fires, obviously, you see in there, a lot of chaos. People were coming up to me asking if there was any way to contact their loved ones. And obviously, you know, there was no way to communicate. I couldn't get phone calls, you know, from here as well. This right here is at 20th and Main. That's the Papa John's sign wrapped around the sign. That and the Walgreens took a lot of hit. If you go south, I can see
power lines, it appears, down in that shot.
Right, south of Main, it's a complete loss. I couldn't tell where we were at. Everything was gone. A lot of the unique landmarks you see, you couldn't tell. Homes obviously smashed. You know,
bits and pieces. Boy, that home, and look at the those trees there. Bits of homes, rubble, traffic crawling through. This is Main Street, I believe.
That is the school that is to the south of Main. I believe it's the old Joplin Middle South, I believe.
Okay. Boy, window's gone. Any idea what we're looking at here, Aaron?
That is just more residential. That is a car washing area. It's completely lost.
How much of Joplin did you get the chance to travel through and see this sort of devastation?
I got all the way down to 20th and Rhode Island.
20th and Rhode Island.
And the homes down in Rhode Island are a complete loss.
So give me a sense of from where to where and what the extent of this damage might be. I mean, obviously this covers many blocks. Primarily you were on the south side of Joplin?
Yes. I was a little bit toward from 20th and Main. I went a little bit to the south of there as well, and just lots of damage.
How wide is the damage path? Half mile, 3/4 of a mile?
It looked like maybe about a quarter mile from what I've seen. It looked like it was really bad toward range line.
Okay, we've run out of that video. We might just replay it again as we talk a bit more with Aaron Thompson, our photographer, about what he viewed there. Obviously, this fire, we saw this fire before. Can you give us an idea of what that was that was burning?
That was a home, and they were really scared that there was going to be more homes destroyed from the fire.
Well, and obviously, in a situation like this, ruptured gas lines are a real threat. We have exposed timbers and wood. And,
right there, that street light, that was probably about at least 50 yards, 100 yards from the intersection.
So it was apparently carried that far by the force of the winds. Look at how that's just wrapped around that telephone pole there. That was the Papa John's sign, and obviously a lot of destruction there. Homes, I know we've seen a lot of homes throughout Joplin, dozens perhaps. Some of the reports we're getting, maybe more than that, that have been certainly severely damaged or destroyed. Did you see emergency personnel responding with ambulances, helicopters, anything of that sort when you were out?
I saw lots of out of state. I saw Crawford County coming in. Did see Quapaw coming in. It just was chaotic. I've never seen something like this before. Seeing people trapped in homes, hearing people looking for their loved ones, knowing that possibly they're there. It was some you'd probably see like in a movie. It was so hard to believe it was Joplin being hit.
Well, to further complicate matters, St. John's Hospital, of course, is a major responder and something that people rely on in a situation like this. And tragically, unfortunately, St. John's itself was hit. Now, did you happen to see the hospital? Were you able to see that at all?
I was not able to get to the area. Obviously trying to get around to, you know.
Okay, here, we are getting some video. This is coming from the weather. This is Weather Channel video. I'm seeing this for the first time. There you can see across the street from St. John's Hospital some shocked reaction. It appears some people grieving and watching on in awed silence at this terrible devastation to
looks like every window is blown out.
Well, and you can see, certainly the upper floors look to be heavily damaged. This, I don't know if this is still in the area of St. John's, but certainly it's
that's unrecognizable.
In the Joplin area, yeah. I mean, this could be anywhere. At the moment, I guess this is nowhere. And this is someone perhaps looking through the rubble, trying to find bits of a shattered life. You see a fire, you see smoke in the background. It really looks like a war zone when you're out there.
I know we got at least some footage on our tower cam when this was coming in.
Yeah, and I don't know if we have that footage available. Okay, this is it. Now this is speeded up a bit, Doug, but maybe you can tell us a little bit about what this was.
When the tornado was coming in, we were on live, so we were on the part that we could see at 7th and Range Line. We were getting a lot of the scud, but you could see the inflow, the clouds are moving right to left, showing us that cyclonic rotation, and it was pulling it from the right side of the screen to the south side of the screen, meaning the north to the south, and we could see debris flying on this, so we were getting the inflow on the north side of the tornado. But
you can let that video loop and it'll continue.
Yeah, but to see debris, at least some debris at 7th and Range Line, and it crossed really 20th and Range Line, so you're talking 13 blocks, that shows you how strong the tornado was and how strong the winds were outside of the tornado to be getting debris that far north.
And in fact, when the camera goes to black here, as it's going to do in a few seconds, that's because it's not an editing flaw, it's because apparently the power went out or the camera was hit or something. We're not sure.
Something went wrong and we don't have it up yet.
Right, right. The communication is very difficult because of power outages, because of down power lines. We aren't able to get you a live image from Joplin, but we are able to make a live phone connection. That's where our reporter Lisa Oligas is. Lisa, are you there with us?